So you guys chose the 10 best designer fragrances for fall this year. And I've got to say, you guys cultivated a great list. A little over a week ago, I put up a post on my community tab where you guys could comment below, in your opinion, your favorite and best fall designer fragrances, ones you're going to be looking forward to wearing, and just the ones you think that are the best in general. From there, you guys liked the comments that you agreed with. We ended up with a finalized list, and that's what we're going to be going over today. Really solid set of affordable designer fall fragrances here. As I mentioned, you guys did a great job. So I will link these down below so you can pick them up at prices below retail here. If I do reference prices, then make sure to use those links because that will get you to the prices I'm talking about. Also, community tab posting deals, doing cash giveaways every month now. Just last night, Intense Drapoise, Roberto Cavalli, Uomo Lunate, Guerlain, L'Homme, Ideal Extreme all came into stock. 3 fragrances that are hard to find, one of which is discontinued. I posted about that. So many of you guys capitalized on that deal. Some of them might still be up by the time you're watching this. The point is, you got to get subscribed. You got to watch the community tab. Let's start off at number 10, Le Male Le Parfum. This one has vanilla, cardamom, a little bit of lavender in here, just a generalized oriental note, but really it's just the cardamom that's coming through and giving it kind of this rich, warm and spicy, almost gourmand coffee type of smell, mixing in with that nice silky smooth vanilla, kind of a fresh aromatic lavender accord. Think of Le Male, the original, mixed with the sweetness of Ultra Male and then its own twist with the cardamom, and you get to Le Male Le Parfum. It is a top tier flanker. This stuff is amazing, and it's at number 10. This is what we're starting the video off with, so you can just imagine how good this is going to get as we go on. Really nice choice for fall, and it would also work great for winter. At number 9, we have DIOR SAUVAGE ELIXIR. So this one here has been catching a fair amount of hype, as you guys are probably aware of. Anything with Sauvage in the name is going to get a good deal of hype. The sheer legacy of this Sauvage line is so deeply rooted now that anytime they put out a flanker, it's going to be big. I thought they were going to be done. I was not expecting this one, but I have to say I really enjoy it. Now this one has licorice and sandalwood to kind of throw you a curveball there, the licorice anyway, a good amount of lavender in here. This one has kind of also a nutmeg, so it's more of a warm, sweet, spicy scent with a masculine and more traditional approach. It's definitely going to be the most mature out of the entire Sauvage lineup, and this one differentiates so far that it really doesn't smell too similar to Sauvage. Get bits and pieces of the Parfum, but that's about it. You know, it's still kind of, I don't know, in a way makes sense in this line, but it really takes a different turn here. It's going to be for the more mature guys out there. If you want something more upscale and classy and sophisticated and just kind of luxurious, this is the one you're going to want to go for. And if you can get your hands on Lattafa Assad, then definitely check that one out. It's a great clone of this that only costs about $20 when it is in stock, and you best believe when it does come in stock, community tab, I'll let you guys know. At number 8, we have Stronger With You, Absolutely, by Emporio Armani. So this one has chestnut, vanilla, but then with a rum accord. So, you know, they're still sticking true to the Stronger With You DNA here, which I love that they're doing that. I love that they brought the chestnut back here because they took that away in the Intensely version. And I really think that note is what makes this DNA so unique. It really does stand out, kind of like used in Replica by the Fireplace. That chestnut accord smells amazing, and it's a similar deal here. But what I love so much about this one, as I'm sure you can guess, is the boozy rum accord, which gives it just a little bit of a different twist in its own personality aside from just being a Stronger With You flanker. It also makes it a little bit more mature and a little bit more refined. I think this is all around the most well done and well-rounded flanker out of the entire lineup. It's my personal favorite, and while it's still going to be a sweet and youthful fragrance, it takes a different approach slightly here and makes it a little bit more refined, you know, to some extent. It smells great in fall, smells great in wintertime. It's a great pickup, and it has great performance. So at number 7, we have Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Extreme. Really glad this one got voted in because, again, it just came in stock. and it's a tough one to get. This one has that cherry note. Now this one here, it's got tobacco and it has plum and almond. So they're utilizing that almond accord here that's used throughout the entire line. You're getting a little bit of a smoky tobacco note and then a fruity plum off the top. This is divine. Nothing about this comes across in a unpleasant way. You know, even sometimes the EDP can be a little bit stringent. And again, I love the EDP, but the way the cherry and almond mixture comes across, sometimes it can be a little bit strong and a little bit out there, and could even be a little bit challenging, not only for just the wearer, but also for the people around you. All around, the EDP is still a great scent, but the extreme is even to that next level. It is more smooth, it's more rich. I love the tobacco plum mixture here. It's something unique and different. It's still sticking true to that DNA with the almond in here, but it really takes it to the next level, and this stuff here is amazing. If you ever have the opportunity to buy this one, and you don't have it already, that is, jump on it. I mean, seriously, it is so, so good. I mean, this is the only bottle I have. They did update the presentation, the packaging, but I do want to pick up a backup, even though I still have plenty. That's how much I like this stuff. It's amazing, and I'm really going to dig into this one heavily here once we get further into fall and winter time. Number 6, we have BVLGARI Man in Black. So I think this one actually got a couple comments here on this one. A few people requesting this to be in the video. So it has spicy notes. It does have some sort of boozy, I think it's a rum accord in here. And then what else? Tobacco, of course. Kind of, it's a spice bomb smelling fragrance, but it's more refined with a boozy touch and more smooth. So think of spice bomb EDT, but more grown up is kind of how this one is, and it really works great. I think all around this is a great pickup. The only issue with this is it's a little bit hard to locate these days. I believe 1 or 2 discounters have this one in stock, and again, I will link it down below, but it's been consistently out of stock here lately, and we're in the off season. We're just now getting into the you know, more winter fall time season, and of course I'm talking about in the US market, the US discounters, right? This one was out of stock during the summertime, which is a little bit abnormal. So hopefully they get this one rolling again and then get it readily available for the cooler weather coming up, because it's a great one all around for the cooler months in general. So we're breaking into the top 5, and these really just keep getting better and better. Valentino UOMO Intense. It's got iris and leather, vanilla in here. This stuff, I just love it more and more each time. I was, you know, a little bit late to this one. You know, I had the DIOR, I had the Givenchy, and I just didn't really feel the need to pick this one up until I ended up getting it, of course. And the more I smelled it, the more I started to come around to it. The more I would wear it, the more I would pick up on different nuances that the DIOR and the Givenchy didn't have. This one is kind of in the middle there. It's not too challenging and too lipsticky and makeup baggy with the iris, but it also isn't too far in the dumbed down and kind of brought back direction like the Givenchy. They really kind of diluted that iris and put in a ton of vanilla and black pepper to make up for it, kind of more designer level. This one's right there in the middle. It's the best of both worlds is how I describe it, and man, it smells just heavenly, especially that opening. I mean, that stuff smells great. I love this fragrance, and I'm glad it made it here in the video. It's a great one for the cool weather, fall and winter. At number 4, we have Armani Code ABSOLU. So also a really, really nice one here. This one features some suede, vanilla, and orange, and a bunch of tonka bean. And it is a great flanker. They really outdid themselves here with this one, and I think they're going to be hard-pressed to release another one as good as this. We've had a few flankers since then. Of course, we've had Code Gold or Absolute Gold, and then most recently Armani Code EDP and the PARFUM, right? Those are just based off of sticking with that code DNA, though. This one and Profumo kind of branched out. But in this same vein, I don't know if they're going to come out with anything better than this one. You know, it's just so, so good. A nice balance of everything. For me, it's one that I gravitate towards more so in the winter than fall, but it would work great either way. At number 3, we've got Spice Bomb Extreme. This one got voted in a ton along with Spice Bomb EDT. So that was kind of a tie. It was pretty close, but also Bulgari Man in Black was also in here and got voted in heavily as well. So it would have been redundant to put in the EDT, and since the Extreme also got heavily voted in, I just kind of favored on the side of this one just to try to keep it as concise as possible here and not get too awfully redundant. Now this one does have tobacco, it's got vanilla and black pepper. It smells fantastic. Another one that I was happy to see in here. Again, for me and my preferences, going to be gravitating towards more in the winter than in the fall, but definitely on the chillier, cooler fall days, especially if I'm going to be outdoors or something. Yeah, this is one I will bust out and it'll perform great. You know, it really does have just a cozy, almost holiday smell to it. I can imagine wearing this one, just going for a walk through the neighborhood, kind of in a fall evening. You're wearing a hoodie and you're walking along and stepping on the leaves and hearing them crunch underneath you, and it's kind of cool and breezy and windy outside and chilly, and you know, it's getting dark at like 4 o'clock as per usual in fall. It just really has that vibe going on as well, and I love how it smells. It's a great performer. It's got great quality. Spice Bomb Extreme is one of the best designers on the market if you're after tobacco and vanilla. Number 2, we have AZZARO The Most Wanted, just the original here, not the PARFUM version. This one, of course, was heavily voted in because it's at number 2, so people were really pushing for this one, and it's cool to see it here. I like the PARFUM better, but I still do really enjoy and appreciate this one. It's using toffee to a heavy extent. It's got a gourmand thing going on here, and it does separate itself quite a bit from Wanted by Night and even the Most Wanted Parfum and all of the other flankers. This one really kind of steps away from what was previously going on in that line. It gets away from the lemon fruitiness that the original and Wanted by Night has and just kind of goes in a sweeter, more gourmand direction. And for that, I really do enjoy it. Love the bottle. I think it looks super sweet. This is a 50 ml because that's all that was available when it came out, and I love how it looks. Now, I do believe with this one here, if I could see, it's an Eau de Parfum Intense, which I thought was a little bit confusing. Given the bottle, it looks like it would be a Parfum, but now the Parfum is, you know, the Most Wanted Parfum, and it looks just like very similar to Wanted by Night. So I think it was a little bit confusing, and now that I think about it and look back at the line, kind of misleading how they did that there, in my personal opinion. And so, is what it is though. AZZARO The Most Wanted, nice choice for fall. I actually would take this one in fall over winter time, so I think this was an excellent choice. And we made it to number 1. Man, this one really warms my heart to see it because it's one of those fragrances that is almost like the underdog, because it's a fragrance from a designer brand that's affordable, that's stepping out and doing something different, which is what everyone wants. Everyone gets tired of the blues and the ambroxans and the aquatics and everything else, everything smelling the same. Tired of it. So a car fragrance brand of all brands, of all companies, goes out there and they put out something that is not like everything else. And the overwhelming majority, especially people who are relatively invested in the fragrance community, seem to like this one. But of course, it's still going to have people who just don't care for it. And it kind of is going to be more divisive than others, which is why it's kind of the underdog to me. Mercedes-Benz Club Black has landed at number 1 by a long shot, a landslide. It really did well. And this one not only got the most amount of votes, but I think it was also commented several times as well. So cool to see. It has vanilla, benzoin, and ambroxan in here. If you like vanilla and fragrances, this is your one-stop shop, especially if you're on a budget and you don't want to go for, you know, a niche vanilla scent, which there are tons of great ones out there, but you're going to be paying $150, $200+ for them, and you don't have to do that for this one. It's a great bang for your buck scent with great performance, and it's so silky smooth. You get a nice syrupy vanilla with a dusty kind of powdery benzoin to balance out that heavy vanilla note. Just kind of like a different variety texture. And then even a little ambroxan bright tinge up top in the opening. That ambroxan doesn't make this one a blue fragrance of any kind, I can assure you. It doesn't have that going on, but it kind of gives the actual texture of the scent kind of a bubbly, sparkly kind of texture that really suits it well here, and you don't get from most vanilla fragrances. So all around, it's unique, it's great quality, it has so much going for it, and I'm so happy to see this one at #1. It also did really well, I believe, in my fall list. I can't remember, maybe I didn't put it in my fall list actually. I put in Mustache Eau de Parfum. I don't know if this one made it. If not, it's definitely going to make it in my winter list, but in fall, it works great. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for me, or do it for you guys actually. You guys came up with this one, 10 of the best designer fall fragrances for this year. Really nice lineup here. I was looking forward to making that post and getting the ball rolling on this because I love doing these community-led videos. It's cool to see what you guys are actually liking and wearing instead of just me talking about whatever I want to put into videos all the time. So really, a lot of this stuff is consistent with what I talk about. So in a way, that's cool. It makes me feel kind of good that maybe you're learning a thing or two. Again, links will be down below to these and deals all the time, every day, multiple times a day on the community tab, along with cash giveaways from now going forward. Thank you so much for your support. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.